Now a Fox 6 exclusive. Days after the tragic school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, Fox 6 began conducting perhaps the most extensive security survey of schools in southeastern Wisconsin ever.
Now, we're not interested in calling out specific schools which could put your children in danger, but our Henry Rossoff discovered a pattern pretty early on in his research that should deeply concern all parents.
A varsity basketball game is one of the few places Felicia James and Rick Nelson can keep an eye on their children while they're actually on school property.
It's nice to watch any of your kids to do any type of activity.
During the school day itself, James and Nelson, like all parents, know they must rely on teachers and administrators to not only educate, but to protect their children. And in this case, both trust their son's school.
Never been worried about it or concerned about it at all.
Well, Fox 6 spent months testing if schools in southeastern Wisconsin deserve that trust. From Sheboygan to Kenosha and many districts in between, we request a look at safety plans and records of safety drills. First, the good news. Every school we get records from, 243 in all, show us some sort of safety plan. Now, the bad news. If you buy into the theory that you play how you practice, more than 50% of schools we came across may be unprepared to stop a school shooting. The reason? Those institutions consistently run less than 2 safety drills per year, and twice annual safety drills will be required by law in Wisconsin by May of 2013 because of Act 309. Published in 2010, the law gives schools up to 3 years to put a system in place where, quote, at least twice annually, any public or private school shall drill all pupils in the proper method of evacuation or other appropriate action in case of a school safety incident. Even though the law is not yet mandatory, more than a year ago, a Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction training video sends this very clear message.
You know this bill has been in effect for 1.5 years at this point, and so it would be the expectation of the state that most of you are already in compliance.
Unfortunately, some don't know or don't care about the new law.
Peter Pachowski is the executive director of the not-for-profit Wisconsin School Safety Coordinators Association. Pachowski says schools that don't do enough drills could be making a deadly mistake.
Kids are not going to know what to do unless they have some idea, and the only way they'll have some idea is to have practiced it.
Though Pachowski says what he currently finds frustrating is some schools don't have a policy where they lock all doors during the day, forcing students and parents to go through one secure entry.
I can't tell you how many times I can go to a school throughout the state of Wisconsin and walk right into a school without anybody stopping me at all.
But the sad reality is, Sandy Hook Elementary had locked doors. Sandy Hook had a plan they practiced. And Sandy Hook had 20 children and 6 educators murdered. So the questions come. Why lock the doors? Why even practice the plan when someone as deranged as Adam Lanza can still do so much damage?
Why bother is because the lives of our kids are in jeopardy. In the time that that man took to break into that school, might have been time for somebody to start thinking that this was going to be a shooting incident, saw or heard the bullets, and that may have saved who knows how many lives. So that's why these drills are important.
Especially because parents can't be there during the day to know exactly what is done to protect their children off the court and in the classroom.
Everybody wants to think it's not going to happen to them, I guess.
According to the security expert we spoke with, the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction will likely not have the manpower to enforce this twice annual practice rule once it goes into effect in May, meaning that administrators and parents might have to solve this thing on the local level if they want to push security in their schools. Henry Rossoff, Fox 6 News.
Henry, great job on that. Thank you. It is time to come up for air.
Yeah,